Yes, smokers, what's happening? Welcome back on this really dreary Sunday morning. So today, the main aim is I want to try and get the tick done on the VTR, so we're going to do a bit of engine work today. So if you want to hang around, see what happens, see if we do it, see if we find the problem, stay locked in, let's get into it. Yes, smokers, welcome back to Smokers Lounge 420 Gaming, home of all the fun stuff. If you watch the intro and you've seen the name, you know exactly what we're doing today. We're back with the baby. So we've got the lovely VTR, she's here. So when we put the engine in, it was fine, developed a slight tick on the front cylinder. So I believe the manual cam, the auto cam chain tensioner spring's on its way out. So bit of YouTubing. I've done the timing before on the other engine, which we'll go over and have a look at in a minute. So this has auto cam chain tensioners in, which if anybody knows is Honda's worst ever idea. A little bit of spring at the end, brakes, engine, catastrophic malfunction. So we're going to get into that, we're going to do that. I'm going to whip the head off, probably the tank, the front end, and we'll see what we can see and what we can't, and check the timing. Then we'll get the old tools out and let's go. So over here we've got the original engine that was in the VTR. It came, the timing had jumped. It was a bit of a pain to start, but basically when I bought the bike I bought an engine regardless. So this is the engine that came out of it, and this, if you can see, already has manual cam chain tensioners on. So these are what need to go into mine, and hopefully it will stop the rattle. So I've just got to determine, so if that's sprocket side, clutch side, so that is, it's hard, it's in the box. No, that's the front. Yeah, that's the front. That's the front cylinder. Because it's in a box, couldn't figure out which way around it was. Radiator, give it away. So today I'm going to be taking this rock cover off here on the bike. I don't think I'll need to take it off this one as such. Oh, yes I will actually, because I'm going to need to secure the chain in place for when we remove that to go on the front cylinder. So I don't really do timing, so we're going to go one way or the other. Worst case scenario, we're going to have to rebuild that one. Let's see what happens, smokers. So first of all, I'm going to start by removing the tank and possibly the front fairing, just to give me some space. I've got to take the airbox off as well. Oh, also I've got some original Honda bits in the car while the airbox is off. I can rebuild that. So let's get into it. So for this we are going to need a 5mm Allen key, a 10mm socket, and a key for the seat. Let's get it. So first of all, I'm going to use the key to take the seat off. Hopefully this is going to be a guide for a few people. If I get it wrong, don't follow the guide, but you'll see my errors. Seat off. Keep back in there for safety, because you always forget and lose it. Down here we've got two 5mm Allen keys. Let's get them out. One was rounded before, so if you don't come out, there we go. Oh, no, there we go. And down here, have a homemade little demo hole from nut. It comes out, and the tank will be coming off. So now we've removed top two, the lower one, the tank will lift, and then we will be disconnecting all of the two fuel pipes and the vacuum pipe underneath. Alright, so with the tank removed, you end up with a fuel pipe, another fuel pipe hidden down there, leaking fuel everywhere, so it's a good start. We'll plug that, put that up there, and also we now have to remove the airbox. So it's a series of 30 Torxes and whatever bolts I can find at a time that we're missing. We whip that off, and then that should give us a clear look down towards the front head and the timing chain tensioner. Can't get my words out there. If you made it this far through the video though, smokers, please drop a like, drop a subscribe, even drop us a comment, and we'll try and get a few more bits built. As you can see, we're loaded out here with the vehicles. Let's get this airbox off then. Sorry about the humming of the lights. We've got old school big lights up in here, they're very noisy. So, top of the airbox is off, as you can see. Just hit perfect. Air filter. Oh, that's worrying. There we are. So, in the car out there, instead of my homemade sponges, here and here, I have got genuine Honda replacement sponges, so we'll get them in on the rebuild. If you have a look down here, this is now what's inside the airbox. So, we have to remove these two trumpets here. We have to remove, this is like a, I think it's like a PCV sort of system, like a catch can type thing. See how it lets the oil back into the intake? So we're going to whip all these off. There's two there, and then ring of Phillips's in the middle. Rear trumpet's always a taller one, I believe. They've got little arrows on them, so you can't really mix them up. Still don't know how much of the front's going to be able to see, but for the sake of taking the airbox out, I've got to replace the bits in it anyway, so it's worth taking it out. So there's one trumpet. It's worth taking it out, giving it a bit of light room, a bit of seeing space. There's the trumpets off. 1, 2. Do is we take that one doesn't want to come, neither does that one. Big soon. Hey, there we go. Good thing with the longer one, you can put a bit more tension and pressure on it. So it's just sitting to the Phillips is a bit better. But then you try to do it out like this, it's like shaker stations. Right, you know what? At the moment, things are looking okay. Airbox should realistically be off now, if I remember correct. worry, I might do the carbs a little wipe out, we'll clean the airbox out when we're on the rebuild. I may split this into 2 videos, into a rebuild, a timing, and then a strip, a timing and a rebuild. I'm not too sure yet, we'll see what I can get done today. So that should be all of those out, and then we should be able to pop it off, like so, he says. We've got a breather into the cam case, straight to there. So now, let's get the old stuff on up there. So we've got fronts in that. This is the rock cover that we're going to need to get to, which is down there. But what we will do is we will work that from underneath upwards. Now this here is what I think the issue is, this tensioner. So it's not hard to get to replace, it is a sake of 2 5 Allen keys, but in the process I've got to take the rocker off, check the time. What is that bolt there? Why do I have a random bolt sitting up there? I don't actually know what that. It was a backing bolt, I can get rid of that. And yet we'll take the rock cover off, and then we have to take this little cap off here. It looks like it's absolutely mangled, and this one I believe, so that one lets you turn the crank, that one is your timing mark. I have to take the cover out. If not, I'll just take the cover off and replace it with the one off the spare engine, and this is the bonus of having a spare engine. So let's see what else we can get to now. Right, smokers, I've just had a quick look up the front, and if we look here, maybe Honda did think of engineers. So if I can get the 2 top 10mm from the top, and I can get the bottom 2 10mm from there, I can then hopefully maybe take the cover off in place. So I might not have to take the whole front, fair enough. Let's just see what happens. Hey smokers, you know, I've just noticed, look up there, look at this 10mm, look at a lovely hole it's got there. Thanks UPS, much appreciated. I wonder if this is half the issue of what my tapping is. Maybe it's not the tensioner, but we'll soon find out. Let's keep cracking. Right, so we're going to go with the 10mm. Hopefully we can just straight down the centre. Ah, imagine if we find out, look, I've got a... Oh, look at that, that is not looking good at all, smokers. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Let's get a spanner. Let me guess. I won't be able to find a 10mm spanner. I want a nice secure 10mm as well. Just use some of this. There we go. Woo! That could have got crazy real quick. So I have 1 rocker bolt. We have 2 rocker bolts. No, I think I'm going to have to go from the top. Let's see. Pop them in our box. Always keep everything in the box, you know where it is. And then, yes, right down there they are. There we are, let me get you stuck up there. Aluminium frame, that's the only issue, I've got nowhere to stick it. Come on. Oh, down there. I should pop you there. So we have 1 straight down there, and one just there. So let's see what toolage we're going to be using for this one. You won't be able to see too much from here, but it'll give you a rough idea of what we've got to do. Across that way, touch. So I'm going to get in there with a 10mm spanner that we just used. Good old spanny. Oh, are we going? Are we rounding? Oh, she went. I've got a smaller ratchet spanner that I can get in a moment. Are they hand loose? Ratchet spanner time. Ratchet spanners are just make things, especially with the little flex here, make things a little bit easier. And you can get in, give it a bend. Problem is, especially when it's not hand tight yet, that hand loose, still just a bit tight. You have to just get in there with something, hopefully, yep. So, to be fair, with this rock cover being damaged, I will replace it with the one over there. You know what I might do? Smokers, drop it in the comments, yeah. If I've got to replace the cover, tell me what colour you'd like it, and I'll pick one out of the comments, and I'll paint the rock cover that colour, especially for you, and I'll write your username at the top of it. How's that? Something different for you, doesn't it? Oh, next one. But did you see then how it hit the frame? So I'm hoping I can get the bolts out this gap. Yep, that one's coming loose. And then we'll inspect the damage. Maybe it's got a chunk of metal in there from the damage. Didn't think of that, did I? Maybe that's my tap. If it is DHL, I ain't gonna be happy. No, it was UPS, it wasn't DHL. Sorry, DHL. That was not a paid promotion, by the way. Oh, these bolts in these gaps. It only sounds in the top end as well. It doesn't sound like it's rattling. That's the weird thing, and that's what I've always questioned. So this air pipe should come off with it. Right, so the rock is now loose. I can move it to an angle to remove these bolts. Smokers, I don't even know if I got to the engine out to get the rocker off yet. I'll soon find out. I don't really want to damage them seals, but at the same time I haven't got much choice of getting this out. Right, back under we go. Right, so we'll take the core lead off of here. The old sparking plug. There we go. And then, so it's off. Question is it gonna come out of this gap? I can take that rubber pipe off, and I can remove this bracket because it's not actually doing anything. It's just holding the lead for the plug. Okay, so what is that there? That's 2 10mm. Smokers, give me 2 seconds and we'll be back at it. I literally built it a year ago. Put that 30 mile on it, sent it all for carb setup, sent everything, got perfect, started it, developed this noise. Small silicone hose, see if that will give us any more leeway. Did I know him? Leeway. Those off. Voila, one rocker out of there. So, as you know, we noticed this damage just touch. See? And it is a hole and it looks quite bad. So, my theoryism is there's some metal in here somewhere. So this is your timing chain and your cams. Or is, no, the chain's slack, isn't it? Yeah, the chain's slack. It's nuts off, look. That's going to be removed. The problem, isn't it? Just get the torch up there. Surely that's got to be a rattle. Any day of the week. So I am just going to get the torch and have a quick inspect. Do you think there's any damage on the inside of there? No. So I was just thinking if it had dented and was rubbing on it maybe. But as much as it took a slap, it hasn't actually done any damage. Right. So this side of the timing is active and open. So a quick look, see if there's any obvious things like broken teeth. As you can't see the beautiful face. It's looking okay. That chain does seem very slack. The thing is, do I take the rear rocker off while I'm here and see how tight or not tight that is? Because if I'm honest with you, the back doesn't make a noise, but the front does. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look into it and then we'll get the side covers off and try and get it in some sort of timing position. Let's see what we can do. Right, for peace of mind, I am going to take the rear rocker off because literally, if you have a look, it's right in front of me here. I've already undone two bolts. Hopefully this one pops right off. This one's holding. They're both holding. Right. Alright, back one's holding. Brilliant. So, this is the rear cylinder. So, let's see. Obviously, it could be the fact that the timing, it's a cycle, so if I'm right, it's suck, bang, blow, or something like that. So, if that is shut, obviously the timing isn't set up at the moment, it's just exactly as it was. So, if that's on, say, a power stroke, maybe the chain should be that tight on that end. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, but just for comparison, not a budge. Absolutely loose as a goose. Just trying to get my hand somewhere so I can show you. We'll go down the front. The front was better. See, I reckon that's my knock. So, I'm debating whether to leave the timing exactly where it is, cable tie it to the cams, and then just swap it over. But do I risk trying to get the side cap off and do the timing while I'm here? Because I'm here. That's the decision. The proper way to do it is just set all the timing up again. But I've never been 100% with timing, so if I don't have to mess with the timing, then I'd rather not. Too risky for the biscuit. What I'll do is we'll cable tie these cams up now and we'll swap the tensioner, because that is a lot of difference. No, yes, no. Right, I'm going to time it. I'm going to put the timing marks, just roughly, then have a quick look, see if it's still slack. If it's still slack and the back's still very tight, we're going to put the front tensioner in it. I'm going to cable tie them both up, put the front tensioner in, go from there. I'm going to try and get the side caps off. Right, so I've heard horror stories about these. These bolts here either round and ruin your day, or come out So we've got a 10mm Allen key in there, and we're going to see what happens. Got a good length to the bar. Now please, in the name of everything YouTube, TikTok, Smokers Lounge 420 Gaming and Twitch, it looks like it's already been rounded. That's what's scaring me. You ready? Yes! It's come undone! Please come undone. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Oh, my laddie. Oh, my lad. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. Going to go for number 2 straight away. Where's me 5 or my 6 now? I have got spares in my other engine, but if they just come out, it will be easier. It's a 6.5 inch. Lovely, she's gone in. Give her a little for good luck. Nice bar. Nice grip. Come on, 2 out of 2. Yeah! Now that is a mechanic's dream. 2 out of 2. Let's get some timing marks sorted then, smokers. We're on a roll. Oh, imagine if you do all that and then you get to there and it don't come off. I'm going to start having a look into the timing side. See you in a minute, smokers. Right, smokers, so we've looked into the timing side of things. So, my little piece of paper here. I've got into the covers, we've got a 17mm on, and what we're going to do is we've got to make sure we turn it anti-clockwise. Cam lobes are upwards and inwards, so at the first time, for the first bit on the process, I check the rear timing. So, well, I don't know if that's the process, but this is what I've seen. So the lobes are facing onwards and inwards towards each other. You can sort of check the chain slack then, and then also check the markings down in the little one down here. See what that's like, and get that as close as you can. Well, there's an index mark, and then we've got to line RE and RI, which I believe is rear inlet and rear exhaust valves or cams, and line them up with the head. So let's see if we could do that then. So we've got here as such. I'm going to rotate this anti-clockwise. There. We need to do 1 full turn. That's the knock, I believe, and that's when the chain shouldn't knock. Right, so the valves are starting to come round, the cam lobes are coming round, the valves come back up. Now we want to roughly get that in point. I'm so not good at this. Are we on the right stroke here, maybe? Right, let's have a look down here at our timing. Right, and we are coming up to a mark. I'm not sure what the mark is. And I've just missed the mark. So let's go around again. It's so hard to get the mark on. And this is the reality of timing and why I don't like it. Because if you get it wrong, it can end up bad. Right, so back down to here. Got to be so gentle. Right, the mark's coming around now. I need to go like a smidgen. Oh, no, that isn't the right mark. No, because I'm not facing. Should be the next mark. Whew. That says F. So that's going to be front cylinder, surely. Which is. But with the lobes, yeah, because that's not bang on. So let's go around again. Oh, I missed it again. Oh. That's the knock I've got, you see. So that's the first mark. Well, smokes, I'm putting you down for a minute. I'm getting this one right. Got to. Oh, I'm about to go out again. Whew. mark coming up. No, it's now, isn't it, I believe. That is as close as I can get that by eye. That is bang on. Right. So now, the old Sebastian lobes, they're up against each other. And now we've got to check for RI and RE. RI, there, is level with the head by eye. RE is a bit harder to see, but I don't know if I can get the adjustment. Yeah, so basically that's on as well, but the way we can check is with a flat edge. My version of a ruler. Alright. Just give me the context. Alright. It's perfect. Level. And so is RE. So the rear chain is perfect. And the tension is perfect. So that's the rear cylinder sorted. Now time to move on to the front. Right, smokers. So, rear timing is good. I've just popped the rear cover back on just to stop any debris and crap getting in there. So, as I couldn't do it two-handed and I wanted to get absolutely pristine perfect, I've set the front timing up. So, I've gone round anti-clockwise. We have FT here, which hopefully can get to focus. Let's see. So that is front timing, which is pretty much, it is at eye level, it is bang on. And then they also said that to confirm the lobes, remember the lobes were facing each other before, now they are, should be opposite, which is there and here, so they're opposite, which means that the valves are fully closed now on compression stroke, I believe it was. So I've checked both markings. We've got FE on the front, that is absolutely bang on, and we've also got FI up the back, and that is absolutely bang on. So the timing is perfect. It's just a case of the slack chain. So now is the time when you'll find if the chain is slack or not, top dead center. So I've confirmed it with a screwdriver in the plug hole. What I want to do is just try and show you the slackness of the chain still. And that, smokers, is our tapping issue. Listen to that. So that's our issue. So now we've got to go over to the other engine, take the cover off. I'm going to change this guide. We're going to cable, no, first of all, we're going to cable tie 1, 2, 1, 2, so the chain doesn't move. I'm going to cable tie that to that, and then I'm going to replace the guide first while it's still intact, and then I'll switch the chain tensioner and we'll go from there. Let's go over to the other engine. Right, smokers, so we're at the spare engine. Let's whip this rocker off. We are going to use this rocker. And what I am going to do, this is just a spare engine for bits. I will end up rebuilding this, but we're going to use that, so we'll keep that. And then what I am going to do is cable tie these up, and we're going to use this guide because the chain's been hitting that, and that's what's causing the tapping on the top end, which is because the chain is slack. See the tension on that? That's the front cylinder. That's what the tension should be like. So it was the rear cylinder that jumped on this. Ironically, it was this one. So, oh, hang on, we might have a perfect example. Oh no, I've redone the timing. So, put that on there to keep that covered. I'm going to get some cable tied, get this cable tied up, ready. Hopefully, I'm going to do it on the other one as well. I'm practicing on this engine first. Farewell end, really, this engine's a square one. Right, so there is our 3. I know people say that talking is down. I've got a spare engine, don't do it first. Because I know the tension's good on this, I'm going to keep the lock nut where it is. But what I'm going to try and do quickly is maybe lock the secondary lock nut off so it stays in there. Just more of a precaution. I don't want it to adjust the channel from 14 of course. Just the bar as well. I see shit. Lock this minute through. Just adjusting it. Okay, so. What I will do is probably hold back with some bolts and nip it. Let's take the tension out. Right, one manual. Let's head back over to our engine, get the cable tied up. Right then, smokers, let's get this off. Do a slight bit of marking, peace of mind, just it's slapping, we'll swap that. So the chain guide is being reinserted. And then I can use a 10mm spanner to nip the outside one. Like I said, this isn't the mega professional way, it's only because it's my bike that I'm doing it this way. And I'm not talking them, but I do advise you to talk everything. But you know what it is. Sometimes you just want to get the job done and see what happens. Because if not, we're going to have to replace an engine. So I'm not that stressed. It doesn't work. But also, in the process, I've learnt myself to time my bike up, which is always a good start. Gives me a little bit of knowledge. One. And two. That's that. So now, it's the time for the all-important changing of the tensioner. So, we'll have a quick break, have a little drink, and back in a moment, ready to tackle it. Keep locked in, smokers. If you've made it this far through the video, please hit like, subscribe and share. Thank you. Right then, smokers, back into the realm of the unknown. So, I've just had an Allen key with a 5mm on it, ready. What have I done with that? I've poured a little bit of sealer onto this. Where's my socket? So I've cracked them both off. To save much mess around, I'm going to swap them pretty much straight away. That's one more. Bolt number 2. Now let's see if the tensioner comes out. And that, smokers, is what causes catastrophic engine failure on a VTR 1000. Let's see if I can pick that bit of gasket off there. I have put some fresh sealer on with the new one. So it should be alright, I ain't too fussed. Now we're going to drop the new manual, not preset, I've just loosened everything off. That's what I've been stuck on for the last 10 minutes, trying to blow torch the old nuts off. We'll run that one in by hand. And this one down by hand as well. So as you can see, it's in. I'll run them down and we'll get back on. Right, smokers, we're back. I've put the new tensioner in. I don't know what tension I'm at, but I've just wound it right on so I don't lose no tension. And now I'm doing maybe the most stupidest thing I've ever done, but let's go for it. And then hopefully I can just adjust the slack. And there's one. I'm just going to keep checking the tension as I do it. Oh, where did that bit of cable tie go? Hopefully it didn't go in the cylinder. Nope, it's there, luckily enough. So, next 2 cable ties, the next 3 cable ties, should we check? Yeah, that is tight. So I'm hoping being tight. Sorry, it's hard to cut and record. Come on. One
more, the lucky bastard. I should put it that way.
One moment. I'm going to put it down a minute because I don't want to risk dropping that cable tie into the crankcase. Right, so I've just had a good check. The chain is extremely tight right now. I have got to adjust it, but I just wanted to do that instead of having it jump. So the timing marks are all on. If this says FT, where's my touch? Absolutely bang on. Right, I've checked the two tops as well. The two tops are in. So now back to YouTube, just double check. I believe it's 5 to 7 mil, and I might have to set that top guide off to measure the play. So we might have to take that back out here, but that's not an issue. It's only 2 bolts. Right, smokers. So I've done the timing off camera. For the main reason I wanted to double, triple, quadruple check it. So I put the tensioner in, I wound it down, locked it off, had a look on a few forums. They say 5 to 10 mil play. A lot of people say about 7 mil play. So what I've done is, to get this figure, is I've had a tape measure down here. I can't do it now because I haven't got 2 hands, but this is what I mean why it's off camera. So I put a tape measure from there, and it's with a bit of down pressure on it. It's the bottom of the chain is about 36, 37. Obviously I can't put the pressure on now. And then when you lift it up, it works, hang on, back on there. It works out the bottom is around 42 to 43. So it gives a roughly, obviously it is a bit more when I put a bit of pressure on it and test it. But obviously I can't do that, and I've got cramp in my side from being down there. So that hopefully is the tensioner side of things sorted. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to refit the top guide, which is here, and we're going to refit that. No, it's not. Yes, it is. That's the new one. This is the old one. So we're going to refit the guide that's there. That's the new one. And we'll turn it over a couple of times, get the timing marks back on, see what happens. So, the next part of this video determines if there's going to be a part 2. So, I'm going to turn it over a few times now, get the timing marks back on, and then we'll check in and see if we've got it correct. Right, smokers, so that says FT. And the old one, I don't know if you can see it. FI and FE are absolutely bang on. So that means the timing is correct. Smokers, thank you to everyone that came today. Please keep a lookout for part 2. We're going to be doing the rebuild in the next couple of days. We'll get it all back on its first start. If you want to see if our timing worked and if we actually managed to do it correctly, hang around, like, subscribe and share. If you made it to the end of the video, type VTR, big yourselves up. Thank you very much for everyone who stopped by today to work on this lovely machine with me. Smokers, we'll catch you on the next one. Keep locked in. Peace.